Well, good night to everyone. My name is Eduardo Hernandez Gallegos, and I will be your host and moderator tonight in this Q&A. We'll be treating this tough topic, that is capital punishment. Let me present our fabulous team. That is, well, Diana Flores, that is a Mexican citizen. Good night,
Good night.
Diana. Irving Caballero, that is,
Hey, hi, Eduardo.
hi, how are you?
Fine,
Well, we
thanks.
have Nathaniel Velasquez, that is a politician. Good evening. Nayeli Ocampo, that is an engineer.
I,
Said Valderas, that is a lawyer. Uh,
Hi.
well, let's start with this, asking this a few questions about the capital punishment. And the first one, I will ask you to Diana Flores. Well, the first question that I would be asking you is the capital punishment a good way for justice? Tell us, please, Diana.
well, I think that it's a good thing for justice because they will not have to go through things like that out some criminal prison or that is violence without prisons. Apart from the fact that it will radically decrease the percentage of crimes,
Thank you very much.
and that's
And well, the same question for you, Irving.
Uh, yes, I think no, because in our country we have many irregularities in 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 judicial process, and corruption is the in this process so predominant, and I cannot be a good way to question. So
Thank you very much. Well, Nathaniel, well, the same question is the capital punishment a good way for justice?
mm,
Nathaniel, you there?
Sorry for that, sir. It's my internet connection, sorry. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, is the capital punishment a good way for justice?
Um, I think it could be, but there's have many mm, problems and mistakes around the world. For example, it depends on the country that you apply the sentence. For example, in the USA, they have a very specific, how can I say that? Very specific control of how the criminals do his acts. Instead of in Mexico, we don't have that system, so I think in Mexico it could be very dangerous to apply this system.
Well, thank you very much for that point of view. Well, the same question for you, Nayeli. Is the capital punishment a good way for justice?
Well, I don't think so because, well, I'm against that because I think that there's a lot of crime and with you are not going to eradicate the crime and just applying that because there's a lot of things that requires justice, but you're not going to kill a people that just steal something. So I think it's a really strong way to punishment to the people, and I don't think that we are somebody. We don't have the power to take off life to the people. I'm not agree with that
Thank you very
punishment.
much. Thank you very much, Nayeli. And well, Said?
I think the capital punishment is a good way for justice because in our country, Mexico, there are a lot of bad people in much aspects, like the drugs dealers, because and the kidnappers of kids, and
Yeah.
I think they need to that because the better form to eradicate the criminal people is with the debt because why we the contributors of payment we need to pay for them in the jails to promote the jails. I think we don't need to do that, and for that I think I'm in favor of the capital punishment.
Thank you very much for all of you guys for these awesome answers. Well, we need to pass to the second question that is, it needs to be applied in Mexico. What's your opinion, Diana?
Well, I believe that in Mexico you have to enable even law have not done as in other countries. Perhaps many people are against or many in favor, but more than anything, they have to think about the safety of those who live in this country. And that's all.
Thank you very much. Irving, please your answer.
Uh, uh, yes, it's not necessarily the penalty in our country. There are other penalties that may be a better option to apply this punishment. We should have a better culture, less corruption, and better institutions. Thank you. It's all for this answer.
Thank you very much. Will Nathaniel, please your answer for this second question, please.
It needs to be applied in Mexico. I think no, because in Mexico we don't have a perfect justice system, and we can make so many mistakes that people can dead for nothing. That's in my opinion.
Thank you very much. Well, Nayeli, the same question, please.
I don't think so because, well, I want to say something that Said said, that everybody that that make crimes have to be killed, and so everybody here, even an innocent person, a kid, can steal something, and is he going to be dead for that? So I don't think that it's a good way to apply that law here in Mexico or even in any country. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Thank you very much. Well, Said, your answer, please.
Yeah, I'm agree with Diana, but disagree with Nayeli. Also, I say that the penalty need to apply in all the crimes, but I think also, like in several countries, like in Iran, how the death penalty is used to prevent the crime of qualified homicide and rape. In Nigeria, is used for the drug trafficking, and adultery in China is used for the terrorists and in economic corruption. And in Afghanistan is used in the adultery. And in all of these countries, the death penalty is applied in specific crimes. And in Mexico, all of these crimes have success in all of them. And I think for that need to be applied in Mexico. But also, this only needs to be applied with an special agent in the government to emphasize this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, we need to pass to the third question. That is, what's your opinion about this topic, please, Diana Flores?
Well, I think that this person it's a danger to people living with a person who perhaps murdered to someone, delayed or else made in style. I believe that a person who made this for the first time, it's the vessel which does not things to do since it becomes something normal for that person.
Thank you very much. Irving?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what's your opinion about this topic? You know, the capital punishment. What's your opinion about this?
My position is against the death penalty for different reasons. The main reason is the corruption in our in our system. For this reason, there are many innocent people in jail. The inefficiency, the jail system will inefficient this measure to punish people because they will not if the will have the guilty of any crime, in my opinion, about this
Thank you
topic.
very much. Thank you very much, Irving. Well, please, Nathaniel, your answer.
My opinion about the death sentences or the capital punishment is that um, some type of people needs to die because of their actions, like the murders that kill like 3 or 5 persons. They don't have feelings, they don't have empathy for other person, so I think they must die.
Thank you very much for your opinion. Nayeli, what's your opinion, please?
Well, I think my opinion is a little bit different from everybody because, well, I'm Christian, so I see that sentence in a different way. Because for God, there is no big sin or small sin. Every sin is a sin and it's bad for God. So we are not better than those who do the evil. Our nature is of sinners, and there, well, as I say, there's no big or small sin, because even when we know that we have to be good, we are bad in a different ways, like lying or um, answering bad to your dad or your mom, not make them, not making the good things to that they say, or helping people or everything. We are bad in some different people in some different ways, and even that is bad in front of God. So we are not anybody to take off life, because just God give us the life that we have. So He just have the power to take it off. And one of the commandments that God gave us was that you should not murder. So, for example, those who are agree of the death sentence, if you were the one that you have to kill that people, are you going to do it? Even when you know that that's against your values, will you be able to kill that people that deserve it? That's my opinion.
Thank you very much for your opinion, Nayeli. Well, Said, your opinion, please.
I think the death penalty is a very controversial topic because this involves like philosophical, ethical, religious, political problems. And in different countries in the world who reject the death penalty is considered a cruel and inhuman measure. But other countries that also is still seeing a cruel practice mentioned that takes place on the basis of need there. I'm agree with the countries that apply the death penalty because a very important theory in favor of that is the collective security is held to be inseparable, satisfying the demands of justice called restoring order violated, and that the rationality of punishment derived from criminal activity. It is a just punishment of retribution, not to deter others or prevent recidivism. Death is a requirement of justice, is a payment for the evil done. Also, the argument of the social harmony eliminating those who threaten. This argument is for a formulation of Tommy's use imposed by the need of the social organism, the threatening presence of people capable of producing extreme damage. Um, and I think also this involves the economic problems that we not need to pay for the lives of other people that commit a lot of crimes, and we also need to invest in, I don't know, in the education of the primary in Mexico. There is a a real problem that we need to invest than in criminals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Said. And well, we arrived to the section of Internet Asks, and well, I made a research about these two questions, and the people asked to us to answer these questions. The first one is, it's a way to eradicate crime. So Diana, can you give us your answer, please?
Yes, Eduardo. I think that it's a way to eradicate crime because that does there will be no people who promote violence, so it will correlate the percentage of crimes. And I have a question for all of you. Do you think that we should live forever in a fear that one day some of these people come to our family or us? So that's all.
Thank you very much, Diana. Well, Irving, please, your answer for this question.
Yes, Eduardo. It could be a way to we will need other person, institution to apply this punishment. We will be killing innocent people, and that it will be a big problem for the state. I think so.
Thank you very much for your answer. And well, Nathaniel, please, can you give us your answer, please?
I think it's not a good way to eradicate a crime because the crimes have this mentality because they don't care about the punishment that uh, they know what is going to be the punishment, but they don't concern about it. They do the crime without thinking about the consequence. So I think it's a bad idea to eradicate the crime.
Thank you very much. Uh, Nayeli?
Well, I don't think that it's a good way to eradicate crime because crime is always going to be there, and if jail doesn't exist, it's like okay, jail is going to disappear and everybody's going to be dead. So, answering the question that Diana said, that if our families have to live with the fear that the murder people are outside or those who commit crimes, I think that that's why jail is. So justice can be for life imprisonment. So they don't have the chance to go out again and commit that crime. So they have to stay there for life. But they don't have to die because they are a person. Even if you do the evil sometime and you are agreeing this case, you are going to die. So I don't think it's a good way to eradicate the crime because, as I say, it's always going to be there. It's not a small or big crime. And even now, those who are not in jail are outside doing the crime. So there's always going to be some people that it's going to be outside, and the police are not going to touch them. So no, I am against this.
Thank you very much. Said?
Well, I think this is the way to eradicate the crime because a lot of people have the fear to commit a crime because they are going to think two times if they are going to commit the crime because with the death penalty they have the fear. Also, I have a very famous phrase, and they say, if they have no respect for human life, why we will have to dare think about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And well, it's time to ask you guys the final question, and it's a little bit tough. The question is, it violates it viol sorry it violates the right of life. What do you think, Diana?
Well, I think that no, because if these people don't care about others, they have no worry about them. They rate the change of a person, deprive it of life, then it should not have the opportunity to do so, because as a child about to want when they don't think it twice to go back to it. So that's all.
Thank you very much, Diana. Irving, please, your answer.
Oh, yes, of course. I think the step will be violating the right to life because the state is very corrupt and this measure is not a measure for punishment. I think that we need to change the procedures for in our place, in our country, and I need to change people, institution, and states principally.
Thank you. Nathaniel, please.
Yeah, of course, it's that their right life. As Nayeli said, we're nothing to take another life because we're not as God. We are like we are human beings, and we are in this world to help others, not to kill others. So, in my opinion, yeah, it violates the right of life fairly. That's everything I have to say.
Thank you very much. Nayeli?
Well, of course, it violates the right of life because, as I said before, we are not, and as Natalia said, we are not anybody to take off life because you are not the owner of the life of the person that made the crime. And also, as a Christian point of view, God is the one who gave us the life. So He is the only one who has the power to take it off. And even those who made the evil, and even when it was really, really strong, if they regret about that, they are going to be, they are forgiven for God. Um, Even if you killed 100 of people, if you regret that, um, God is going to forgive you. And we are not better than those who commit that evil. So if we lie, we are making sins, and if we regret, we are forgiven by God. So they are the same as us. We are the same as God's eyes as anybody. So of course that it violates the right of life.
Thank you very much. Said, please, your answer.
Well, I think this don't violate the right of life because they got that for the consequence of their acts, and um, and this is for the consequence of their acts, and this called justice because they got that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, we finished with the questions, and to conclude this video, I need to ask you who are against and who are um, in the other side that supports this idea. So who are against? Please raise your hands.
Me?
Okay, we have Nayeli, and who else? It's
Me?
against? Okay. So we have 2 people that is against and 3 that are, well, that supports this idea. Thank you very much, and thank you for the public, and thank you you guys for responding these questions. And so good night to everybody. This was Q&A, capital punishment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you.
Yes, sir.